Scientists.
My name's Mia.
And my name's Maya, and we're here at Ethos Innovation Center.
And today we are going to teach you how to make a mini volcano.
So grab your box, grab your lab, and let's begin. If you want to follow along with us, you can open up your booklets to the gig sheet under Mini Volcano Mayhem.
So in today's lab, we are actually doing a chemical reaction. Maya, do you know what a chemical reaction is?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, so I learned about it the other day, and it's when we have two different substances that are their own substances, or there could be more, and they all come together and form this reaction, and they become one new substance. So in today's lab, we are using baking soda and vinegar, and those two substances are their very own things, but when they come together, they make a whole new substance.
Well, I'm excited to figure that out and see what new substance it makes.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started by looking at our materials. So in today's lab, we will have one plastic cup, some soap, a bag of baking soda, you will have food coloring, and now this is very important. This is not water, even though it looks like water. It's actually vinegar, so make sure to not drink it.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That would be really bad. And then what you'll need to grab on your own are some measuring tools. So we have this cup right here to measure in ounces. We also have a tablespoon and a teaspoon. You'll need something to stir with. Today we're using a popsicle stick. And then you will need some water, but we'll talk about the measurements for the water in a second.
Yes, and this lab is going to be a little bit messy. So as you can see, we have some paper towel down, we have this tray, and just make sure that you're at a spot that you don't mind getting messy because we are using food coloring, and food coloring is known to stain. So just be careful with the space that you're working at.
Another thing that you have to be careful with is your clothes. So hello, look at what we're wearing.
We seem prepared.
We are prepared. We have our lab coats on to protect our shirts. And you guys also have an apron to wear, and you have goggles. So I would recommend putting those on for this lab because it's gonna get very, very messy.
Totally.
All right, let's get started.
Okay. For our first step, we want a half a cup of water, and we also wanna grab our plastic cup. So we actually already measured our water to be 1/2 cup. You're probably gonna have to use a liquid measuring cup at home, but we're just gonna start by dumping this water into the plastic cup that we provided.
Perfect.
Yep.
So if we look at our gig sheet, our step 2 says, our step 3. Sorry.
Yep,
step
3.
Says add 1 tablespoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of soap.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you the tablespoon and the teaspoon.
Okay, so the tablespoon goes with the baking soda, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what our gig sheet says.
1 tablespoon of baking soda.
And I think we should have some leftover baking soda, so you could actually do this lab again if you would like to.
Okay. There's 1 tablespoon. And now time for a teaspoon of soap.
And then in our gig sheet, it says, do not stir yet. That is in all caps. Do not stir. So I'm pretty sure it's telling us that we should not stir.
Yeah, this step seems pretty important because I think it might affect our volcano if we mess it up.
I think so too.
Okay. Oh, perfect. All right, how does that look?
I think it looks good. All right, what is our next step?
Okay. Now we are going to grab our food coloring and something to stir with, and we're gonna add 2 squirts of the food coloring. And please stir gently because we don't wanna make any bubbles when we stir everything together.
Okay. So what do you think, like 2 squirts is, like drops?
Yeah, 2 drops. Actually, no.
What?
I'd say just like squeeze it 2 times.
You think that's good?
Yeah, that looks cool. Look at it.
That does look cool. Should I do 1 more little drop?
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Perfect.
Okay. And then, so we should stir like this?
No, Mia, I said stir gently.
Oh.
This step's really important. We do not want to cause any bubbles when you look at your cup. So just stir nice and gentle. Mix everything around.
This makes me nervous. No bubbles. Ooh, it looks cool.
You could probably stir even a little bit faster, and then if you start seeing the bubbles, then you just know you're going too fast.
Okay.
You can slow it down a little bit.
good idea. Because I still see some of the baking soda at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try and give it a stir?
Sure.
Oh, wow.
There's
a lot. Okay, maybe I could have stirred a little bit.
There's a little bit of bubbles though. This part is probably going to take a little bit just because there's a lot of baking soda, but we want to be slow and gentle enough to not cause any bubbles. Perfect like this. You want to know a fact that I learned the other day?
What'd you learn?
There's actually volcanoes. You know how they're on Earth that we see them?
Mm-hmm.
They're actually also on other planets.
What?
Yeah. So I bet there's volcanoes like on Mars, Saturn, Venus. Probably more than that too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there, but scientists said so, so I believe them.
I believe you.
Okay.
That's interesting though.
Do we think this is well stirred? I know there's a few bubbles at the top there,
I
but
think it's okay. I think we'll still get the chemical reaction that we're
I
looking
think
for.
so too.
Okay. Let's look at step 5 of our gig sheet, which says to measure 2 ounces of vinegar.
Yep, so our vinegar is in that clear bottle that we provided.
And we have our measuring cup here. And we only need a little bit. This is about where 2 ounces is. So we only need a little bit of vinegar.
Trying to be gentle so it doesn't explode everywhere. Okay.
And there's definitely extra vinegar too, so you for sure can do this lab a couple times. Ooh, it smells
stinky.
bad. Ew.
Okay. That's 2 ounces. That look like 2 ounces?
Wow, you actually got that perfect. Nice job.
Thanks, Mia.
You're welcome. Okay, now before we pour our vinegar into our baking soda mixture here, and watch our eruption, I actually learned a little bit about how volcanoes erupt. Can I tell you?
Okay, I would love to
Can I
hear.
tell you?
Yeah.
I have my notes over here.
Okay.
So basically, when a volcano erupts, there are these really hot gases and melted rock that are really deep within Earth. And they start to find their way up to the surface. And once they reach the surface, they either erupt and go through like how we see a volcano erupt, or they just kind of seep through the cracks. But when we see a volcano eruption, it's actually from the hot gases and the melted rock.
Really? Yeah. Well, I learned that those kind of volcanoes, the ones that are erupting, they're called active volcanoes. And then there's also types called dormant and extinct volcanoes. Have you heard of that before?
No, what are those?
Dormant means it hasn't erupted and it's not erupting for a long time, but it still has the chance to erupt. And then extinct just means that the volcano is there, but it has no chance of ever erupting.
Right. That makes sense.
What kind of volcano do you think this one's gonna be?
I think we're gonna have an active.
Hopefully
have an
it's
active
an active one. Okay, well, this is the moment of truth. Yeah, we can take that.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
What if it doesn't work?
I think it's gonna work.
I think it'll work. Okay.
And this is the part where it can get messy, so maybe right now is a good time to put your lab goggles on.
If you have not put on your apron, put on your goggles, and found a safe space to do this, so
I mean, we're prepared with all these paper towels here, so. Okay, do you want to do the honors?
Let's do it together.
Okay, let's do it together.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait, that's so cool!
That's actually so cool.
It's pretty. Look at the color.
Look, it's like bubbling on the side.
Ooh. Hey, it was an active volcano.
Nice!
Oh, yay! I'm so glad that it worked.
That's so cool.
Look, there's a big
I
bubble.
was like, oh, you popped it. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, that was so fun to make.
That was fun.
I hope you guys had so much fun making it too. We'll see you in the next video. Bye,
Bye,
scientists.
scientists.